Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your dungeon master. My name is Anthony Reed. This is episode 100. In the throes of Adventure March, we find ourselves at episode 100, a crossroads, if you will, here within the Pit story arc. And I want to thank the patrons, as I always do. Patrons, patreon.com/Adventure Inc. Patrons, thank you. Thank you for being patrons. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for throwing a little bit of money at the show and saying, you know what, it's worth it. And I'm so grateful to you that you think it's worth it. And so we like to give a little bit back. And that's part of what Adventure March is all about. So join us for our Twitch streams, Adventure March. Hey, we got a Q&A coming up. You want to get in that Discord and start submitting your questions for the Adventure March Q&A because we need them. We need your questions. And the questions that you submit will help us tell you what you want to know, I guess. I mean, like, that should be pretty self-explanatory. I feel like I didn't need to say that, but here we are. Anyway, let's get started.
Nobles and farmers, knights and scoundrels, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Belroth, the ranger.
She's a Grimalkin, but that's understood. No pets allowed, even though she's not a pet. I will wait outside. Everyone, if anyone needs anything, I am outside.
Skarpin, the cleric.
Should I just try and snipe them from over here?
Yeah, okay. I did say they were as good as dead. I would hate for my, to break my word on our first contract as Adventure Incorporated.
Ellori, the bard.
We would want you to leave this warehouse.
He points behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Church.
Oh, sorry. We want you to leave this church.
ReedDeeran, the wizard.
He say you no worship Shattered Fang.
Yeah, man, he's like super wrong. We love Broken Tooth, Shattered Fang, man.
Prepare yourselves, for these are the tales of Adventure Incorporated.
Are there any questions before we begin?
What is our plan?
Great question.
Great question.
Thank you. So our current trajectory is to go talk to Old Scratch, the jailer. And then what?
Wesley.
No, but like, what are we gonna... Are we gonna go talk to him and then like try and free the strangers' bodies? Or... Because I think that was floated at one point. Or was it just to get info so then we could face off with the Princess of Darkness?
Oh, yeah.
I know these are all great questions, but I do need some answers.
So how do y'all feel about, like, I guess the question to y'all, to everyone, to us.
Hold on, I'm going to stop you before you ask this question, because
no.
I think this is all really good, and I just want you to know you're being recorded. Now, you may continue, like, we're just going to roll in on this.
So this should be in
Okay.
character.
No, I don't care if you have an out-of-game conversation about it. I think that's fine. I think it's fine for the listeners to hear an out-of-game conversation about what you decide. I think your decision process is fine to be part of this experience.
All right. Put this soundbite before the recording. Out of game, and then continue the recording.
I'm just going to go. Like, it's already happening.
So that we clarify that I was talking out of game.
Yeah, no, I see. I see what I don't think that's necessary. Your character voice may be difficult to discern, but I think otherwise people will be on board.
That's why.
What's going on?
All right. So I guess my question to the group is what do we want to see happen down here in
Bonetown.
In Bonetown, in the Bone Zone.
The Bone Zone.
Like, do we want the strangers to be in charge down here? Do we want all of the demons killed? Do we, like, how do we want to roll this? Because there's, like, different ways that we can handle each of those options, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like ideal world, we kill all of the demons, but that's not realistic. I think I think the most plausible goal should be to do something to down here, whether that's let a different person lead it or kind of cause enough mayhem that they aren't able to even get to the door to try and break it. Basically, like, make it so it's the path of bones is not even on their mind. Does that make sense? Because we know that the seal is weak. If we can just set it up so that they don't have a chance to get to the seal, whether that's installing the strangers and setting up demon civil war for aeons, or not. I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess my question... I don't know, because I was going to say, like, is there a way we can make the pit an enjoyable place to rule? You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, strangers, like, you'll rule the pit forever, which is awesome for you, and you don't need Anmaneth at all. Duh.
Yeah, you don't even want to leave because you like it here so much.
Maybe
now.
we can use creation to create a better pit.
A theme park. Destruction Land. Just...
It's like one of those rooms that you can rent out where you can take a sledgehammer and just smash shit in the room.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking it's Disney World, but every ride has destruction in front of it.
Destruction Small World.
Destruction Small World. Destruction Space Mountain.
Yeah. This is a good plan.
Yeah. Destruction.
Destruction, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Yep.
Destruction, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
No Destruction Splash Mountain because it's getting renamed, but whatever it becomes, it will be preceded by destruction.
Yep.
And then just woo.
So, right now, you have been directed by the accuser toward the jailer, also known as Old Scratch, who is holding together the cell of the strangers. So when you're ready, we can go and have that conversation. Do you know what you're talking to him about?
No.
Okay. Then
I don't know how
fine.
much more clear I could make it to you, Anthony, that we don't know what we're doing.
Okay.
I just asked, what do we want to do down here? And then Rob said 3 different things. Steph had a 4th idea. Mikey didn't say anything. And I was confused the whole time.
All right.
It's just a normal episode.
So, like, Mikey, how do you feel?
Great question.
Great question.
We entered the pit, I think, to stop the greater demons from ever being able to come at us.
Yeah.
Because we didn't believe that the seal would hold as is.
Right. And then we learned from the accuser that the way they were able to access the material plane where we live, our house, was because the princess is able to talk to the whispers, which is a net new piece of information. We just found out. The listeners literally just heard this at best last week.
At best.
At worst.
20 seconds
10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's if you're binging.
Best, worst. I don't know.
Okay.
That becomes so achieving our goal of not allowing them to come back at us. It could be removing the connection to the whispers.
Whatever that is.
still is either something that the princess possesses or
Is
the princess
inherent to.
themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we can create
Headphones.
sound box, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
sound panels to keep those whispers out.
Yeah, Anthony. Well, white noise machine.
Earplugs.
Yeah.
I think
White noise machine.
Yeah.
very
I love
funny.
it.
Yeah. It's
Create-
going to be a
create
little
noise
robot that just stays in the pit that goes,
I like that Zoom's sound reduction has made that unable for me to be. To
Oh,
hear
we'll
that.
make
it'll
sure.
be in the recording.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah, no, I know it will be.
It's going to
Well,
be
then-
very tough when I clean up this audio to leave just that. But listeners, I did that for you.
So then I guess the thing we hope to get from Old Scratch is what is the nature of these whispers anyways? And hopefully with that information we can make a proverbial set of headphones or sound box or white noise machine to make it unable to be accessed.
Yeah.
All right.
Easy.
We have a plan now.
Active whisper canceling.
Yeah. Yeah. Whisper canceling headphones for the world.
Are we going to also try and kill any of the greater demons?
Sure.
Prior to knowing anything definitive about the whispers?
Ooh.
Are we gonna
'cause
wait until we have
remember
all
Old
the
Scratch
info
is
and
going to
then-
do a lot of lying.
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah.
like, whatever Old Scratch tells us, we have to ask the opposite question to get him to tell us the truth.
What we need is somebody
that what
who
you've
only
decided?
tells the truth.
Yeah. We need
What
it.
door
and
would you
then-
walk through, Old Scratch?
And then we walk through the opposite one.
Are
Yeah.
you even old?
Yeah.
How young
That
are
is-
you, Scratch?
Who scratched you?
Show me on the doll who scratched you.
Are you the whisper? I mean, he's the whisperer of lies, so there's that. I'm
Yeah,
looking
Anthony,
at
that's
Anthony
a
to see if I
problem.
accidentally spoiled something.
That's a plot problem.
What
to have like a big thing called the Whispers and then like a smaller thing, a character called the Whisperer.
I don't think it's a plot hole more
No,
than a
no.
plot redundancy. It's
Yeah,
just lazy
problem.
writing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
plot, it could use some tightening up.
All right.
You
I'm
want to try
sorry.
this again? You want to go back to one? We can start over so that we don't have to.
Yeah, but I'm really married to the idea of this thing that's talking to the princess being the whisperer. So why don't we just go back and change Old Scratch's nicknames? We'll give him some different nicknames aside from Whisperer of Lies. That's easier.
Jailer.
Yeah,
than
and
changing,
it's
yeah.
easy to auto replace things in podcasts if they're marked as ad spots. So it could always be the Casper mattress of lies.
Perfect. That's perfect. But we got to make sure that we only tag those whispers, not these, because I don't want it to be that a Casper mattress is telling the princess how to escape the
The
pit.
blue
That's-
apron of lies.
Yeah.
The MeUndies of lies.
I mean, honestly, I dig it.
Yeah, any of those companies we just mentioned, if you listen to our podcast and would like to pay us to keep doing this, that'd
be
be
a
sick.
demon. Yeah, Mac
Honestly,
Mac
I don't
Weldon,
know.
you're
Their
better
rates
than...
are not. We're good.
Yeah,
We're all
but
set.
maybe they'll pay us better because our show's so good. Once we take
Maybe.
care of this
Hey.
whispers thing,
How
Take
many
care of
other
this blue
podcasts are
apron
giving
thing.
you retroactive advertising on episodes everyone's already listened
Yeah,
to?
exactly. Yeah.
Those numbers are going up. I just want
Yeah.
you to know that
Wow.
those episodes we thought everyone had already listened to, more people are listening to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Lots of potential customers out there.
Yeah,
Potential listeners for our podcast.
the brain-boosting supplements of lies.
All right.
Anthony, we don't know and we're nervous. And so
I understand that. So I can push you harder, but I don't want you to
No.
walk into this.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right?
we're adequately unprepared. Yeah.
Whoa, what was that?
Fuck.
Mikey, that exploded.
Was there a loud noise?
A hot mic.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to delete all of the text for the last 5 seconds.
don't do that. I don't know what that means.
Audio, not text.
No, don't.
Please don't.
Don't do
Just
that yet.
silence
Don't do
it. Don't delete it.
Don't even silence it. We'll deal with it in
Yeah.
post.
Don't do anything.
Don't do anything.
We're
Stop touching your recording.
We'll put it in the stinger. Does Anthony even do that? Not really, but that's okay.
Only when you guys are funny when it's not recording.
Which is never.
Yeah, I try to save all mine.
Yeah, gotta save it for the show. All right, so
Speaking of, let's get started.
Whoa.
I mean, we've been
absolutely
started.
not.
Whoa, what?
Anthony.
Mike can't say that.
Yeah, Mike can't say that.
It's not in the contract. I'm sorry.
God.
Yeah. Sorry. What are you trying to do? Steal my catchphrases? Plus, we've already been going. So you guys are heading off to. Basically, the accuser gives you the location of the Whisperer of Lies, which his domain is near the palace, at the center of the Black City, and there's basically more or less a dungeon nearby that the Whisperer of Lies runs. It's his home, basically. And so that's why, and of course, the actual prison for the strangers is there, connected to the palace within this dungeon. But she tells you how to get there, and she sends you on your way. So far, she is fine staying out of this situation. And as you go, you can hear Nosferat be like, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Like he's just spinning out as soon as you guys start to leave.
As we're walking out,
Nosferatu is not as scary as he was initially when we first met him.
Honestly, if I had known this side of him, I would be a lot less afraid. And also, no, never mind.
All right. What? Never mind what?
No, I said never mind, so never mind.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
People behave differently when they are doomed to death. If he feels that he has given up hope, I suspect even demons have hope.
That's really beautiful, Wesley. I'm gonna write that. Do you mind if I write that down?
Yes, but when you tell people, you must say, "My good friend Wesley always says."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even demons
have hope. No, I will. Yeah. I'll even tell my grandma.
Well, but if she steals it, that's rude. Make sure she knows it has to come from me.
I will.
A proper attribution of quote.
It's honestly, that's, something my grandma always says. If you're saying these quotes, you better say they come from me.
Yeah, that does seem. It's a good one. It's a really good one from her.
She, the accuser, she is terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
You were really, affected by that, huh, man?
I do not. There is something about the way that she was pressing on my spirit. I have the training that I have undergone. It is connected to my spirit. It is that force of energy that I draw on for my blade singing. And I think that there was something in what she was doing that pushed so directly upon it.
I was a little surprised at how as forthcoming she was, and kind of because we just killed her. Things are different down here.
If I were to put money on it, I bet that she is. If the strangers are trying to make a play for being in control, I imagine she is, in her own way, doing something similar. She may be even leading us into a place that just causes her to gain an advantage. I just think they're all working against each other within strict contracts without
clearly
properly admitting it. And I imagine if if there was a power vacuum, her versus the strangers versus, I guess Old Scratch. Not Nosferatu. He's too easy to manipulate. But he would think he was trying to be. He would think he'd be playing for King, but he wouldn't be.
I don't even think you would be thinking he was trying, man. Like, there's just something about that guy that says, give me the bodies and I'm good with it. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't seem, I don't know.
He's very easy to manipulate, it turns out.
But, you know, the 4 or 5, if you count Freya, of course, the 5 of you just killed these people and sent them here. I am sure that they are aware of, if you do that again here, that they are permanently destroyed, no?
Sure.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like that's why we should
inclined.
keep it in our back pocket as an option. You know, like it's good to be clever, but also they are demons, even if they're sad, and even if they have hope, like Wesley says.
It's a good one.
Yes.
It's a good quote.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Honestly, if they have hope, that's worse for us. I prefer them with no hope. Just to be clear.
Yeah, we probably could have staked Nosferatu right then and there.
It would not have been hard to stake him in the street. He probably would have not even cared because he already considers himself dead.
Oh gosh. That just makes me
Not-
feel so
not
bad,
like-
though.
Not like undead. I mean like
No, I know.
dead.
like destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All done.
Yeah, maybe that was a misstep.
Well, we also don't know how much more powerful they are down here in a pure font of their own source of power. So there's also
Certainly true. Certainly true. It would probably be a difficult fight, and I suspect that there is a possibility not all of us would make it, but I also believe that they know that they can be beat. You know, if they all band together, we would have a very difficult time. We would probably not survive. But I bet if we took any one of them down, that's not a deal they're willing to make.
Right, and
If
also...
it took 5 of us to kill one, that one is not interested.
Right. But yeah, I guess what I'm saying is once we find out if the Empress's whispers are internal, if that's what we find out, we kill the Empress, and then, like we had talked about, there's a power vacuum. The rest of them probably aren't going to interfere because she's the one controlling all of them anyway, and there's a chance for one of them to take the throne. They don't have to know that the whispers are an internal thing, and they still can't get out of the pit.
And then we have to cross the path of bones and escape before any of them, you know, attempt to come after us and stop us from crossing path of bones.
Yes.
Send a dream that I can definitely do to back to our world, and we're out. Boom.
Similarly, if whispers come from artifact, easy enough to find and take artifact with us.
Yes.
Oh, I guess I didn't think of that.
My only concern is if whispers are connected to mantle,
To
Mantle.
man.
like title of Empress.
Oh.
Oh.
I do not know what we will do then. If that is the case, perhaps our best bet is
Belroth.
to tie a potential leader into some sort of deal.
There's also the idea that maybe this connection is part of the ecology of down here. As in, say, the throne room, there's a crack in some sort of reality that gives them access to it. You can't
Sure.
seal that up.
Would be difficult to take with us.
Yes.
Yeah. I have not tried to carry crack in reality, but I am sure it is difficult. But if that is case, then I think our best option is to find someone we are comfortable putting on throne and make a deal we can trust, which with option of all demons feels like not a lot of options, but I don't know them as well as you know them.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know that I trust any of them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think Skarpin alluded to it. I'm the only mostly demon that we can trust. Would I stay
If
behind?
you think you can hold throne from all other demons by yourself when we leave?
I don't, but I don't know. The idea of that terrifies me, and I also don't know.
Belroth, you are very powerful. You are strong. You have grown greatly from when I thought that you were just following them around to take notes. And I think that you have certainly proven yourself as an able adventurer and warrior. And this power of destruction that imbues you makes you even, tougher. Ooh, very strong, yes. But, I don't think you're greater demon strong,
Well,
I don't think you have that level of power.
yeah, me neither. But what are our options?
Well, I think going
Well,
back
I'm
to making
saying
a deal,
not
they
that.
clearly love doing that.
Yeah.
Could make a deal. I don't know what you have for leverage in such situation, but that is something you'll have to think about. If that is thing, right? If it is Kraken wall or mantle, then perhaps that isn't a problem. If it is something inherent to her, maybe that is easier.
Well, let's go talk to Old Scratch. There's no use hemming and hawing about it before we don't have any other information. We'll do plenty of that later, I'm sure.
Right, to the palace. So the palace is rising up out of the city. The great tower of the palace, streaks off into the sky. Dark, heavy chains move out of the windows of the palace off into the sky. And they just seem to end in the blackness of the sky around you. These ominous-looking chains. And as you move closer to the tower overhead, you can see them. They sort of stretch out to the edges of the entire Black City here in the pit. And they just seem to disappear. But it is her tendrils from her palace all over the place. As you close into this area, basically the tower rises up, and then at the base, and just over, like the building next to the building, like a parking garage. That's where this dungeon is set down in, and it is. You have not had a problem with any of the demons here. You're walking pretty freely, and in fact, the space, when you first arrived, every demon up and down the street had stopped and stared as you walked, in a synchronized way. Now it's like there's a sphere around you, it's tightened in, and as you walk, the demons immediately around you stop and stare and watch. But you can see demons just living their lives beyond this sphere. Her attention, it seems, while still on you, has lessened.
As we're approaching, Skarpin kind of zones out and tries to tap into the dream realm to sense if there's anything odd, and looking for Old Scratch, essentially. Just his presence in there. He doesn't want to confront him or anything.
Give me a wisdom check.
Yep. We use dice in D&D. Real good is what I rolled. So, 26.
Nice. That is real good.
That is great.
That is good.
That is good. Just needed everyone to say it.
It was important.
Yeah.
It was important.
It was important.
No.
You close your eyes and you cast your awareness toward the realm of dream. And you are blocked. There is no realm of dream here for you to touch, no realm to tap into. You try desperately to hunt for it, and for a moment you get the smallest glimmer, like a trickle, like a thread, that is pulled from the dream realm to you. And it almost seems to stretch toward that now closed ley line that you traveled here from. But it is just a thread, just the barest amount, and you cannot seem to do anything with it. It is just touching you, like, barely.
All right. We got a shitty demon stone, so I can work with that. He doesn't tell people yet.
Okay, great. So you walk to the entrance of this dungeon, large wooden doors that lead to like the front plate of this building that descends downward into the ground. They are sealed and barred from the inside. Like as you push on the door, you can tell they're barred.
Got it.
Skarpin knocks.
Yeah, just like a boom, boom, boom.
Or like a doot, doot, doot.
They're big, like...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, he goes big knock.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
yeah, they're big, thick doors. You got to do a big knock for a big, thick door. Otherwise, that
What's the
resonance
point?
is important. But nothing, there's no response. Wesley says, do we have alternate plan? No?
We gotta look around.
I mean, we could blow the doors
No,
open,
I
but
got
it's not
this.
gonna.
He draws his sword and he slashes up through the center, trying to go right between the doors. And he just like pushes a huge amount of force into it. His voice explodes from his mouth and it resonates with the note that explodes with it. And a slice charges up through and you hear wood splintering on the other side. All right. You push door.
Wesley,
all
that was
right.
that was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because it was considerably taxing.
Well, thanks.
Skarpin pushes the door open.
Yeah, you push open the door, walking through. It looks like the timber that was on the other side was like a good, like 6 by 6 inch timber.
Demon wood.
Demon wood.
It's good wood.
Okay.
Probably. Seemed
Probably
hard
good
and
wood.
If they
taxing.
have wooden doors down here, I mean, in the land of
gotta be good
destruction,
wood.
it's got to be good
Yeah.
wood to not be.
Gotta be good wood.
It's got to be good wood.
It's gonna
So
be
you push-
all right.
You push down into the
workable.
dungeon.
It was usable.
Yeah, certainly. You push down into the dungeon. The pathways, like as soon as you walk in here, there is a smell of blood in the air. But not like fresh blood, but stale and old. Sorry, Ellery. I didn't want you to get excited. It's
Yeah.
bad.
Bad blood.
Skarpin,
Bad blood.
it makes you hungry. As you walk down here.
Oh, come on.
So as Skarpin heads in, he's still trying to sense he's trying to sense the dream world and trying to sense Old Scratch to see if like through that sliver, if there's any Old Scratch manipulation within that sliver, like he might be looking to get out as well that way.
Yeah, and it is quiet. That it is just silence that you reach into. You don't hear Old Scratch. You don't feel him his presence in that way. As you walk down into this, it does not take long before you're just walking down a hallway of cells. Most of the cells are empty. Occasionally, you see one with a demon, locked away in one of the corners, or pushes itself up against the bars and looks at you as you walk past. But the corridor is twisting and long and almost like impossibly so. Every time you come to a corner, it only goes one way, but you just can't track the geography of this prison as every turn continues to go deeper into this place. And you're like, How is there another right-hand turn here? And you reach a point toward the end where a giant set of steel bars or iron bars mark the end of this row and the end of the path. But beyond it, you see a hunched over figure, bulky, under like old rags, long, thin fingers, like scrabbling in the stone below. The door is not locked. It's actually slightly ajar, these iron doors. And it looks like a nest, pretty much, like inside this room. Like there's just like piles of stuff that has been piled up and like collected. It's animalistic, I would say.
Rat
this figure
king,
is.
rat king, rat king, rat king.
Surrounded by donuts. Just
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you've come through the whole place, and this is the first like non-locked door you've come across, and it looks like this is the end of the complex.
Hey, you there?
He turns to you. His just beady little yellow eyes peer at you from inside this like cloaked hood, darkening his features. Why have you come?
Skarpin has his hands up, like,
Oh, we come in peace. We just came to talk. Who are you?
He like skitters forward a little bit. He's like still hunched over, and his like hands touch the ground as he walks. He's like his knees are like knobbly as they like poke out from underneath this little like poncho that he's wearing, basically. And he comes like scrabbling over to you, and he's like, he reaches his hands up. Give me a dexterity check, Skarpin.
yeesh. Natural one.
oh no.
So as he gets close, he closes the distance very fast, right? So he comes to like the doorway, and he's like still a few feet away, and you feel like comfortable, and then in a flash he closes the distance between you and leaps up, wrapping his hands with their long grown out fingernails like around your head, so that his fingers are laced behind your head, and then his feet are actually just on your chest. And he's like pulled himself up onto your upper body. And he's like, you have connection to the mind. Feed me your thoughts. Feed me your dreams.
Belroth is going to try and rip him off.
Okay. All right, yeah. You're just gonna try to scam him, like a 3-card Monty?
I'm gonna try and like get my arm in there, do an illegal move, and just choke hold him off, like just kind of.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna do. There's no showmanship in this.
You're just like calling him about his extended warranty.
I'm calling it. Yeah, it feels like that's what he's doing.
He's trying to add on some service plans, Anthony. He's trying to upsell him a special cover for his couch.
He can get a lot of money, but he needs a startup fund to be able to get the money out of the bank in New Merida. It's hard down here. The Guild of Contractual Arrangements doesn't work across plainly easily.
The problem is
Sounds promising. It sounds promising.
Yeah, Rob's actually a demon prince from the Demon Island.
Yeah. I just need you to wire me money so that I can then wire you money.
Is it working?
I don't know. Is a 14 good enough?
No.
So he just kind of has him in this weird chokehold, then try and pull him.
Yeah, and he's like, so you're pulling him back, and so that he's just like scrabbling at the sides of Skarpin's head, and you can feel the claws like scraping you, Skarpin, as he tries to get at you. And he's like, feed me your thoughts, your dreams, I crave them.
Listen.
Skarpin.
Go ahead.
I don't wanna. He's just trying to push him off. He doesn't have anything good to say.
Listen, sometimes, you just gotta be okay with being hungry.
That doesn't seem to get through to him
Well,
as he is trying
shit, I
desperately.
tried.
But I guess Belroth will make another attempt. Belroth will make another attempt, and he's gonna grab a quiver out of his pack and just try and like stab it into its leg.
Okay,
To
like an arrow?
Yeah,
Not the quiver?
the whole thing. Ba-bah! All of them, all at once. Just one. Is this an attack roll? I guess I'm at disadvantage because of the exhaustion, right?
Yeah.
Great. I still. Is this? 18 somehow. I had to do the math.
Yeah, so you jam the arrow into his leg, and he's like, "Ah!" And then you grab him and toss him back into the cell, basically where he was, and he like scatters into the corner, and then he's just like, "You have all brought thoughts. You have all brought dreams. I would have them all, please. Oh, I got my taste, but I did not get my fill."
Maybe we should just kill him. Like,
Are you the jailer here?
This is my prison, and you have come to it willingly. Are you my newest members of the club? Do I jail you now?
No, you don't remember us. We killed you.
I have never seen you before.
Huh.
yes, you have.
No, I know not who you are. I care not who you are. But you connect to the world beyond. I can smell it on you. I can taste it in the air. Your minds are ripe. There is a connection to so much more.
Yeah.
And what is your name then?
I go by many names. And he just crawls towards you slowly, his like fingernails scraping across the stone as he moves slowly toward the front of this little cell that he lives in again. My name is not important. What is important is what you will feel. I will stalk your nightmares. I will be every waking moment. I am the shadow in the corner of your eye, for I am the whisperer of lies, and I am here to take what is yours.
All right, so not to be like pedantic here, but if you are the whisperer of lies, you just talking about taking all our dreams and thoughts is just a lie, right? You can't possibly take everything that belongs to us. It's a flat out lie because you're
I didn't whisper
a liar.
that. I said it out loud.
Oh, so anything you say out loud is the truth?
Anything I will is the truth, for reality is mine to bend.
Okay, but
That's another lie.
that's also
Perception
a
is
lie.
reality.
Yeah,
that's
that's
just
another
not
lie.
true.
Reality is what you make of it for all of us.
Well-
All of us have our own perception of reality.
I mean, you can lie to yourself all you want, but we killed you once.
They are the best lies.
Deeran folds his arms and leans against the far wall, like opposite this creature in the cell. When he does that, like he rolls an investigation check to see if there's like anything watching them. Like this whole thing feels, I don't buy it, is Deeran's thought. And so that's a 20 investigation check for like being observed by something else.
Oh, he's taking a pause. Did he just roll a d6?
No.
Okay.
You don't, so looking around here, you don't see anything that seems out of the ordinary, right? Like nothing here seems to be like, that's not true. Everything's out of the ordinary. But You don't see anything that would like indicate to you like someone hiding or observing you or watching or anything like that. But I mean, obviously this is not meeting your expectation.
Right. And so, like, is there anything in the hallway that Deeran does notice that, like, is more worth my time looking at while this conversation is happening?
That's a great question. Let me put a pin in that
Yeah.
while this happens, and we will get back to that. The creature like looks around at you, and he says, "Why have you come here if not to feed me and not to stay? Is this it? Will you release me from this burden? Have you come to relieve me of the isolation?"
Who's put you in this isolation?
This world is isolation. The Titans built their prison for us, sealed it away, locked it down, and we no longer touch all those delicious magics that you hold. The Titans, the tyrants, the rulers of all, the great creators, the greatest lie, their specialness, their power, their strength, their honesty, their goodliness. That is a lie better than any I could tell.
Well then, can you tell the truth?
The best truth comes with the lies.
Oh. So then are you an illusion?
Me? No, I am no illusion.
How can I tell?
Look at the side of your friend's head. That should tell you.
I mean, I've seen spectral creatures and illusions deal damage to my friends before. You wouldn't be the first trickery.
Then there is no proof that anything can give you. All things are an illusion. All things are divined by you. Your perception creates what you expect to see, not what truly is.
Old Scratch, we do have some questions for you.
I may or may not have answers. I haven't decided.
The princess.
But for you, it may be hard for me to resist.
All right. Well, just stay over there, and I'll stay over here. And
he licks his lips.
Gross. The princess got you out of here once, and even though you don't seem to remember, we sent you back.
That did not happen.
If the princess were to have done that, she would have needed a great power. How could you manage that? Do you know?
That is the even better lie. The one the Titans were too afraid to tell. The one they told by omission. The Titans, they saw themselves as heroes, walking in and creating a world before them. But they did not create from nothing. The whispers come from what was before, and all lies are birthed from them.
Who are the
Titans,
whispers?
They are echoes of the past. The Empress, she sees them as guidance. She wields their power like they are supporting her. But there is more beyond them. They don't care who touches them, only that they undo the lies of the Titans.
And
You see, the Whispers don't like being outlied.
how can you be sure that the princess isn't lying to you about these whispers? Have you heard them?
Oh, no one hears the Whispers. No one hears the Whispers. That is what makes them so special. Talk, 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 noise and noise. But these Whispers, they move beyond such primitive means. No, their power is absolute. Their power is the unwinding of the universe. Their power is the undoing of everything the Titans did.
Then my question remains. How can you be sure they're not a lie?
They are a lie. That is what I am telling you. They are the greatest lie.
Wouldn't just destruction undo everything the Titans did?
Destruction was always weak. It was built to be weak, accident though it was. Did you know that? That we were the mistake? We were casted down and thrown out as an error amongst their infinite judgment, and yet we were the ones left to do their dirty work. When their creations went awry, we were the ones who must step in and wield the dark power that they could not deign to see. They saw us as their opposites. They cast us as that, but only to hide the truth, to obfuscate. We were not the opposite of the Titans. We were a tool of the Titans all along. No, the true opposite. That is what the princess talks to now. That is the real lie. The Titans were never as powerful as they claimed to be. They were pretenders, stealers of a throne that did not belong to them.
How does she, then, speak to something that doesn't speak and talk to something that isn't true? And how do you know that these are things that are happening at all?
I love how your brain works. Things must be. They must feel. They must be concrete. And so you have struggled with this. You are such a product of the Titans. Every piece of you was touched by them. Every single bit of magic that makes you up, the body, the mind, the soul, the arcane, the elemental, all of it is their domain, and you are a little piece of every bit of it. Even this place. It is why it has broken us so to touch the powers beyond. But the Titans are not here anymore. And so other powers have been found. Their great folly was treating us as lesser.
How do you know that the princess is the only one that the Whisperers will speak to? You say they don't care who they speak to. Perhaps you should be the one being spoken to.
Perhaps no one should be the one spoken to. Perhaps all should be the ones spoken to. Who can really open themselves to such a thing? I am not willing to. It scares me.
And why, then, does it scare you?
Because their power undoes. And I do not wish to be undone. I wish to return to the land above. I touched it so briefly, so serene is the power there, so pure the dreams.
Whoa.
Oh, to touch so many minds, to watch how they change and flow with each little bit of input and stimuli. To watch their decisions.
And
to manipulate, to control.
oh, so then you just left there willingly, correct? Like you just You just decided that you got your fill and came back.
The universe makes decisions for us all. It was time for me to return, apparently.
Oh.
And so I did. Woke from my dream here alone and in solitude once again. Isolated from it. Cut off.
While you were there, were you
demand it.
able to tap into any of the Whisperer's power through
I do not
these
want
dreams
that
and
power.
minds?
I do not want those whispers. I crave the power you hold because as much as I hate it, this is our lie we tell. Because we, too, are children of the Titans. We, too, are steeped in their power, and we crave everything they made when we were cut from their lands. It was what undid us. It is what opened us to this power beyond. We are as much a part of your world as anything else. We belong on the material plane.
So being cut from the rest of the Titans' creations allowed the Whisperers to reach at least the princess.
What else was there to fill herself with? She has made her decisions. She has allowed this power, and it will undo her. That is just what it does. But not until she has gotten what she wanted. She feels she is using the power, but the power cannot be used. It is too much. And so I carry the lies forward. Because that is my role. It is my nature. And of all the things I can't fight, it's nature. So why have you come then? Are you going to do it? Are you going to kill me here? End my torment? Or release me back to your world so I may touch that beautiful power once again?
You guard an important prisoner here. The strangers. Where are they?
Prisoners. They are here in the labyrinth beneath the palace. You will not find them without her seeing you. She does not look here. I think it depresses her. But she will look there. No, they have come too close too many times now. As soon as she can, without violating her bonds, she will destroy them.
Okay. Ellery turns around and, like, kind of whispers, like, I kind of believe that part.
I think he's told us 50% true things and 50% not true things. And I think
How
that's a
are
true
we
thing.
feeling about the MURDER in him?
Pretty positive on it, actually. I'm feeling pretty good about it. This has been a terrible conversation.
We can do this finally. Like, I don't even think this is him.
Oh.
I don't think it's him either.
Whoa.
Well, then why did you spend so much time talking to him when we could have just killed him and moved on and tried to find the actual him?
Because I think we got an amount of info that is enlightening.
You might have to recap for that for me, because I feel like all I've been thinking about for the past like 10 minutes is MURDER, ER in him.
Yeah, so like, can we do that part now?
Yeah, go for it.
Are you all good?
Yeah,
like,
I asked all my questions. I couldn't think
I
of
can't
any
think
more.
of anything else. Yeah, I'm fine with
because I
this.
don't feel like,
and-
I don't feel like anything we get from this thing necessarily is like trustworthy enough for me to stake the rest of eternity on here.
Yeah. Let's do it.
True.
Someone
Is
else
that
has
how
got
long
to
it's
do it,
gonna
though. I'm not
take for you to finish
very
talking,
powerful.
Deeran?
What's that, Mike? What's that, Skarpin? Sorry.
Ah, sorry. It was a funny one, but no. Yeah, go ahead. Go murder.
Do you want me to like use a spell slot on this thing, or do you just want to like hit it with your stuff?
I'll just hit it with my stuff, and Belroth turns around. So we're gonna murder you now. And Belroth pulls out an arrow and points it.
It has come then. You have decided to free me from my isolation.
Well, now
Belroth
I'm
hesitates.
thinking twice about that.
She will be angry, of course, but I am truly and honestly indifferent. This life has been a curse since the Titans put us here, and if you will not let me return to the world that I belong in, then I could not care less if I remain here.
Before I kill you, what is that world that you long for?
It's our
Your
world, man.
No,
like,
I don't-
He said it like 3 times.
No.
Oh my god! And Deeran points a hand out and like spins his hand over his head to cast Toll the Dead, because it like Belroth had stabbed him in the leg, so he's assuming he's
Sure.
hurt.
Yep.
So at least it's something instead of garbage normal damage. So it has to make
Is it
a
a
wisdom
wisdom?
save.
Oh yeah. I mean, it fails. It fails.
Okay. That's good. It takes 18 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you cast Toll the Dead, and basically he just explodes. And it's like boom, and that resonates into him, and he's just torn apart by that power. And the little cloak falls to the ground.
I was trying to ask if the world he returns to is outside of this prison.
Yeah, of course it is, man.
No,
He was
no, no.
talking about our world
No, I don't
all
think-
the time.
I think that he was stuck here. I think I didn't make this clear. I think he was stuck here by a pact, and him getting killed here frees him from here.
He seems
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find that out.
Yeah, I guess it's a little late for that. But
no, he
That's
seemed
why I
pretty clear.
hesitated.
He seemed that like there was a pretty clear dichotomy between free me from this prison and or let me return to your world. That's why I felt pretty comfortable with the MURDR.
why do you keep spelling it?
Well, I was trying to
Why do you keep spelling it?
not.
What is she saying?
I was trying to not give him a heads up that we were about to murder him, and then Belroth turns around and was like, "We're gonna murder you now."
But he can probably spell.
Well,
My
also,
grandma always says if you don't
he's
want
a-
someone to know what you're talking about, you could spell it out.
he's also a liar.
I wonder, Deeran, you don't think that was the real old Scratch?
Yeah, no. I don't think so, man. I think this is a trick. It's like part of a thing, you know?
Yeah. What do you think we should do next?
Do we keep searching here?
For this,
No, for
the strangers?
Old Scratch. If we didn't actually talk to him, then that was our objective.
Yeah. It's a labyrinth. I'm a little nervous about it.
Yeah, as long as so I saw in this traveling play one time, right? When we have a maze type situation,
that if you keep your like one hand on the wall the whole time, you can't get lost, right? Because then you just like follow that back, rather than like getting all mixed up. So that's why like I've been back here against this wall the whole time.
Cool. That's clever.
I don't know if it worked, but like,
all right. Yeah. I want to ask a demon out there if, if they seen the... If the one in here was the Old Scratch.
Yeah, we only saw that one demon that went and was like, "Ah!" at us. Maybe that's actually Old Scratch. The one that was in the cage. Do you remember this?
Yeah, it tried to scratch us. Yeah.
No?
All right. So Skarpin steps out the door and looks across the hall. Is there a demon in the cage?
I mean, it was back quite a ways through this labyrinth. You'd have to backtrack.
Oh, there's only one demon in any of the cages we've passed.
I mean, there were a few, but it was very sparse.
So
I pictured packed house.
Well, I'm sorry.
Question.
Once Skarpin leaves, Deeran's gonna step into the cell and like thoroughly investigate the cell.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah, because I was going to ask about the thing that you put a pin in for Mike, because we never got back to it.
That's a 25.
And I think ultimately, great point. What'd you roll?
25.
Mike? 25. Great. So I think that, you've spent your time looking up and down this hallway. And you have been able to, like, one of the thing that you noticed as you really spent time looking at the hallway, this is before you go in the room, is that the hallway to your right and the hallway behind you are the same hallway. And you tested this by, like, kicking a pebble down the hallway and then turned and looked to the right, and the same pebble was down the hallway. So, like, it is the same space. And then you go into the room. First of all, the second you walk through those iron doors, like, the smell is horrendous. And you start to pick through these piles of refuse that have been built up here. Everything in these piles is ancient. Like, very, 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 very old. The cloth you pick up just crumbles in your hands to dust. It looks like there were some old scrolls or manuscripts or papers, but they have all just been destroyed by time. The small pieces of, like, metal you find or pottery are, like, the only things that have survived. And even the metal is, like, tarnished and rusty and, like, bad. It's been here a long, 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 long time. But everything is from your world. Everything is from the material plane.
Okay. But there's no, like, secret passageway or anything like that in this little space?
No, in this little space, that seems to be it.
Okay.
It looks like, it looks like it was what it was, a little dirty nest.
Sure.
Of old shit.
Yeah, so I call out the thing about the, like, all the material plane stuff. So, like,
How can you tell?
well, like, look, it's all like,
Well, I mean, like, the stuff in the demon world. Sorry, the stuff in the
Human
demon world has all
stuff.
been. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know. It could be old demon scrolls.
Nothing's got even any bones on it. Not even one.
That's fair. I guess that's fair. No bone scrolls.
yeah, like, this plate isn't made out of, like, obsidian or, like, bones or anything, like, even remotely spooky. It's just old. Could it be that, like, he just seems so weak.
But so did Nosferat.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Nosferatu was kind of like, oh, I guess he didn't do anything, did he?
Not really.
Because I was thinking about how those vampires were kicking our asses.
No, I firmly believe that Nosferatu on our plane would have brutally murdered us, for sure. I think he was probably very strong and capable, but...
Yeah, no, but I mean down here, like those vampires are what was doing all the violence, you know, like they were.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, yeah, I don't know. I just think maybe like, maybe they were so powerful because in our world, magic doesn't really exist as strongly as it does inherently for them. Do you know what I mean? Like they're super old, like super, super old. And so all of their magic... Remember how when we went into the past, our magic was like a million times stronger and so many teeth?
Yeah.
So maybe it's kind of like a reverse of that. Like when they're on the material plane, they've got mountains of power, so they can take over the world. But when they're down here, that's kind of like a connection that's been taken away from them. They don't have it's like a spell stone, a connection to power. They don't have that.
That's actually
down here as much.
Because then maybe the reason he attacked us, like Nosferatu, for example, he attacked us with his vampires or his minions. Were those, I mean, did we recognize those as, if we can recognize these things as things from the material plane, were the things they wearing, were those demons that willingly stepped through to meet with him? So I guess what I'm getting at is if he draws power from the body, you know, the royal body, I don't know how else to refer to it, body as like a concept, down here, if that concept doesn't exist for him, he can't draw power. But if he brings bodies down, he can draw power from them. The Grey Lady, she can't draw power unless souls are around, but our souls are around, so she can push on our souls. Maybe they are just weak down here because they don't have... Maybe you're right. I think that's a really good point, Ellery. They don't have access to the things. Is that what you were saying? I'm not trying to I was not trying to like take it as my idea. I was just trying to paraphrase it so I understood.
I mean, kind of. I just think that that's two sad demons down
Also
here
fair.
so far. And so, I mean, clearly, the other lady, honestly, they have too many names. I need them like in a program. You know, like written out with their names, their nicknames, their other nicknames,
like
the other
document of
nicknames.
some
Like
kind?
I just need it's like an old book that someone told me to read and I wouldn't because everyone had too many names.
Yeah.
It's a classic Russian literature joke.
Yep.
What a classic joke.
Yeah, but the other lady, she was messing on Wesley. He only has one name and I
The
forgot it.
accuser.
This is I'm just confused down
The
here.
accuser and the Grey Lady, I think.
It's the same, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
what I was
they're the
trying to say.
same. Yeah. I just went to say the Grey Lady, but we haven't used that one in so long that I was nervous I was going to say the wrong person.
Yeah, that's fair. I honestly, I'm glad we had this conversation because I never would have remembered the Grey
Oh,
Lady
also
as her nickname.
Temperance.
But anyway, she was pushing on Wesley, and so clearly she's still got power down here. And it's not that they have no power, it's just I don't know, maybe it's a
yes.
string to pull.
Anthony, when I cast Toll the Dead, did I feel any sort of weakened connection to like magic?
No.
Okay.
Not anything beyond the general weakness you already feel.
Right.
I guess what I'm...
Well, what do you think? Should we head into the labyrinth and keep our hand on the wall?
Keep looking.
Let's try it.
All right. Deeran, literally keep my hand on this wall here and just walk.
I mean, that's what they did in the traveling play, and it worked out good for them. Like, they were safe.
That
And-
had to be such a wild set to bring. If they were able to set up a full labyrinth and show you that they were keeping their hand on the wall the whole time,
Yeah.
how did they do that?
Well, so they used the crowd. You know, they like weaved through the
Wow.
crowd. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's really innovative.
Sorry, what?
Innovate.
I've never heard you
That was a really
say
good-
that before. That was crazy.
Oh, did you
Yeah,
get that
it
from
just came out.
the tome that we
What a
read
cool
that we
word.
were all forced to read to get more speed? Because I remember that word being used. Okay.
Yep.
Deeran, you watch, you sort of hang just a little bit back while the four of you walk down the hallway, or while the rest of them walk down the hallway, and then you just glance behind you, and you watch your friends walk down that hallway as well.
Great. Hey, I don't know that
What?
this is gonna work. Deeran,
Did we do it wrong?
no, we didn't do anything wrong yet. Well, maybe we did coming down here. Deeran looks to the left and has this conversation, and then looks to the right and finishes his sentence. What does that look like for them?
Looking back at Deeran, you just watch him like look straight on at you for this conversation, and then he sort of like his head moves like the smallest amount, but he's still just staring ahead.
So, wait. So Deeran looks back, and that Deeran doesn't look back. That Deeran looks forward.
Yeah.
The Deeran you're looking at is just looking at you, but Deeran is looking at you in two different places. And when he looks between the two of you, that doesn't really translate to you looking at him.
So, okay. So where they are to like, I'm going to walk away from them to try to come around in front of them.
So you're going to try to walk like down the other hallway, basically?
The opposite direction
Yeah.
from where I saw them go.
Deeran walks towards you guys down the hallway.
Deeran, what are you doing?
All right, Skarpin, this is going to be pretty weird. Will you stand like 10 feet that way? And Deeran points down the hall.
Like further down the hall?
No, like back where Deeran came from.
Like back to the corner?
Yeah.
Okay, so Skarpin goes back to the corner, the intersection that goes like, that was like straight and then right.
Yeah.
So Skarpin, you go back to the corner, you turn and look, and you see your friends in both hallways.
Wait, what? Deeran! Deeran!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, are we doing it wrong? Is this what happened in the traveling play?
This didn't happen in the play, man. This sucks. Like, I don't know the answer to this one based on pop culture. We might have to figure this one out
I have an idea.
with our brains.
Uh-oh.
Belroth takes out a silver arrow and holds it up and looks at the other Belroths.
You can't see the other Belroth from where you are because it's around the corner.
Belroth,
Belroth, what are you doing?
Belroth goes around the corner to look at the other Belroth.
Okay. Well, when you go around the corner, there is no Belroth. As you come around the corner, it's the rest of your friends that are down the hall.
Yeah, it's me and Ellery.
Okay.
Yeah. And Wesley and Freya.
What I'm trying to do is, if this is a place of destruction, and these are illusions, this is creation, he points to the arrowhead, maybe we can use this to discern, I mean, I guess what's fake, but we know it's fake, I guess.
Wait, your arrow is creation?
Remember how silver is close, the metal closest to creation, the most pure?
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I remember that.
So if it's, and like, he points around, like, you can kind of see there's almost like a bubble around it, of like, that's like repelling this world. Can we use that fact to our advantage to like figure this out?
Are you going to shoot us?
No.
Does he still have that thing in his hand that he said he'd drop if he were possessed by a demon?
Oh, good question.
He definitely does, and he doesn't remember what the thing is, but it's in his hand. Rob, doesn't remember what it was. Belroth has never forgotten.
You said you'd never forget.
Does that make any sense? Like, I'm trying to see if these...
I understand the idea. I don't know if it's gonna work or like do anything, but
yeah,
like,
we can just try to blow this prison up.
I mean...
Yeah, all right.
Or I can...
But maybe shoot it first, you know. Yeah, I think you're... Yeah.
I was gonna... What? What am I shooting?
You're the arrow!
yeah, I thought
You're gonna shoot the destruction.
that's what
that
you said
not
you were
what you
gonna
were-
do.
I guess I'm confused. Aren't we seeing...
I'm confused by you pulling your arrow string back.
No, it wasn't pulling the arrow string back. I was holding it in his hand, like, up. Like, he wasn't, like, knocking an arrow. He was just, like, holding an arrow.
Oh, I thought you were trying to shoot the other Belroth.
No.
Yeah, same.
No.
That's what...
I was trying to say other Belroth, like, if I hold up an arrow and the other Belroth is, like, is that other Belroth also holding up an arrow with, like, silver at the tip?
Got it.
Okay,
Got
you
it.
do that experiment, and yes.
Is it, like, look like create, like, has the syllable?
Yeah, they're the same. It's
All
the
right,
same.
well, I'm out of ideas. I'm glad we finally
Skarpin-
communicated my idea and it did nothing.
Skarpin casts detect magic, and he's looking for something other than just the innate level of destruction magic that's around.
Okay, yeah, you don't see anything that isn't destruction magic, but it is there is a higher concentration of destruction magic here, and as the spell progresses, as time passes, you are noticing that it is lessening.
Hey, y'all, something funny. I can't sense any changes or any non-destruction magic here, like an illusion or something like that. But as we've been trying to figure this out, I sense that the power is lessening of the whatever's happening here. Maybe we like run in circles and it'll kind of wear this out.
What if, just a thought, since we're all pretty tired, what if we hold out these Freya snacks and we make Freya do it? She seems fine.
That's
Freya,
Belroth?
I mean, Freya seems equally as exhausted as we are.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Have you ever seen a tired cat?
No.
Same.
Because they're sleeping.
Oh.
She's been sleeping a lot. I thought that was...
Skarpin runs down the hallway, or runs at 15 feet per movement action.
Yeah. You shuffle down the hallway, and as you go, your friends watch you. Two versions of you split off. You get to the end of the hallway, and it turns right.
Skarpin goes right.
All right, you disappear from both hallways from their view.
I feel like we shouldn't have split the party.
He peeks around the corner where he came from.
Nothing is there.
Oh, God.
Oh, no!
Hey everyone, DM Anthony here, just reminding you that if you're enjoying the show, tell your friends, tell your family, let people know word of mouth, and you can support the show at patreon.com/adventureinc, or you can check out the shop at adventureincpod.com/shop. Make sure you check the show notes and the website for all our social media, including our Discord, where you can come and hang out with some great people. We'll see you there. And until next week, I wish you nothing but critical success.